Working flexibly in early years, a guide for staff, a time-wise presentation working in partnership with Leaf Nurseries and the Early Years Alliance. We recognise that the ability to work flexibly is important for better work-life balance and improved health and well-being. But what does flex really mean in early years? Flexible working is about the where, when, and how much we work. We recognise in early years it is not always possible to flex in the same way as in other sectors. However, there are ways and there are types of flexible working that can work. Here, we're talking about location-based flexibility, which in your context could be the ability to work part of the time from other locations or home. When is full-time flexibility, so working your normal full-time hours but over a different period during the week. For example, compressed hours. This could be where you reduce your working days to 4, working a longer day for 4 days, taking a 5th day off. It could be staggered hours, where you stagger your start or finish times to adjust your working hours over the course of the week. Or it could be the ability to choose which shift patterns and rota patterns you are working. How much is reduced hours flexibility? So this would be, for example, part-time working or working a shorter shift pattern, or potentially a job share arrangement where you share the responsibilities of one role between 2 people. And flexibility comes in 2 forms. Formal flexibility, which is fixed and usually written into an agreement or contract, and informal flexibility, which is agreed with management and can be temporary or occasional. If you want to work more flexibly, here are some steps you can take. Firstly, think about what you want. Why do you want more flexibility? For example, this could be looking after your own health, to study, to pursue an interest or hobby, or because you have caring responsibilities yourself. Thinking through what you need can help you work out what flexibility might work for you. Which of those types of flexibility work for what you want? Once you've explored how the different kinds of flexible working might work for you, it's time to think about how you could make them work in practice. Flexibility works best when it works for you, the nursery, and the children and families you support. So it's important to think about how it could work for everyone. Ask yourself, what changes would you need to make to your workload to make this pattern work? For example, if you wanted to reduce your hours, what does that mean in terms of your responsibilities? How might this impact the children in your care? And what would be the effect on your team, your room, and your wider colleagues? Now you've considered what type of flexibility you want and how this could work, it's time to speak to your manager. At this point, you'll need to decide if this is a working pattern that can be agreed informally, or if you need to submit a formal flexible working request. Your manager may suggest an alternative. Be open-minded to find a solution that works for all. Flexible working requests. If it is a formal flexible working request, you will need to follow your organisation's HR process. If it's an informal flexible working request, it can be agreed with your manager. Remember, requests can be accepted or declined and might be agreed for a trial period or agreed as an ongoing change. For more information, read the Flexible Working Guidance for Nursery Staff.